Good evening everyone, very good evening to all of you. Okay, give me a minute. Okay, good evening everyone, very good evening to all of you. Good evening Shreesh, good evening Jayesh, good evening Pihu, good evening Daika, good evening Suman, Mokshakna, good evening Yashovardhan, good evening Jyoti, Yuvraj, good evening to all of you. Okay, so let's get started with the today's session. We will be starting with the today's session. Good evening. Okay, and today as you can see we are going to discuss about water cycle. What are we discussing in the today's session? Primarily we are going to discuss about water cycle. So as you can see behind me, there are few important things that are there in the water cycle. तो सबसे पहले जब हम स्टार्ट करेंगे आज के सेशन के साथ, so we will be starting with discussion about why water cycle is important from our topic. What are the things that we have to keep in mind? Okay, all of them we are going to discuss. So before starting, everyone, what is our target? The target we have for the Sainik school entrance exam is 300 out of 300. Target 300. Good. Okay, very correctly said. What is the target that we have? The target that we have is target 300. तो target 300 को ही बिल्कुल माइंड में रखना है और उसी के साथ ही with the positive spirit let us start today's session. Okay. Okay, good Jayesh. Okay, so quickly let us get started. So why this importance and this significance on the topic of water? So as I told you in the morning class also, water is associated in our syllabus. We have 4 chapters. One of them is water cycle. Last year a question came from water cycle. Already last year इससे question आ चुका है. So this gives the prime significance to the topic, okay? And this lets us know that water cycle is very important and we have to be very thorough with the preparation of water cycle. So let's get started with the session. As you can see everyone, this is water cycle. What does the term water cycle include? The term water cycle here includes water. That means the entire cycle of water. That is called as water cycle. जो पूरी process होती है, what को हम कहते हैं water cycle. So the question that came last year from this is, what is water cycle? Okay, first the question आपको आया था. The question was, water cycle is also called as, okay, water cycle is also called as which cycle? Water cycle is also called as hydrological cycle. Okay, water cycle is also called as hydrological cycle. So this prime important question came last year. And water cycle, what is water cycle? The movement of water from earth to atmosphere and back to earth, this is called as water cycle. So as you can see behind me, this is the entire water cycle that you have. Okay, so you can see a lake is there. Okay, from this lake, with the process of evaporation, what is happening? With the process of evaporation, क्या हो रहा है? Along with the process of evaporation, the water is going up in the atmosphere. ठीक है? What is happening to the water? Water is going up in the atmosphere. What is evaporation? Evaporation is basically, okay, conversion of liquid water into gaseous form. Okay, conversion of liquid water into gaseous form. What do we call this? This entire process is referred to as evaporation. So how does evaporation occurs? Evaporation occurs with the help of sun. One important question जो यहाँ से आपको आ सकता है, what provides the energy for water cycle? So energy for water cycle is provided by sun. Okay, sun provides the energy for water cycle. यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हो, we have sun. तो sun से आप देखो sun rays आ रहे हैं. It is entirely shining, and then we have entire lake over here. Okay, so इस lake पे sun के sun rays fall कर रहे हैं. Sun rays is providing the energy, and with that energy, ये जो हमारा liquid water है, that is getting up in the atmosphere. Okay, it is getting converted into water vapor. Yes, so gaseous form. Okay, and one more question that can come here, and that is important, is what is gaseous form of water? So gaseous form of water, everyone, you have to keep in mind is water vapor. What is the gaseous form of water? The gaseous form of water is water vapor. Generally water three forms में exist करता है, solid, liquid and gaseous. And gaseous form of water is your water vapor. Now water went up into the atmosphere with the help of evaporation. Then cloud formation takes place. ठीक है, इसी process को then the second process जो होगा, first process was evaporation. Second process that is going to take place is condensation. What is the second place that is taking place? Condensation. Okay, after condensation you can see over here what is happening. जब आप यहाँ पे देखोगे rainfall is taking place. Okay, so what is rainfall? Rainfall is nothing else but precipitation. What is rainfall? Rainfall is, everyone, you have to keep in mind, it is nothing else but precipitation. So this you have to keep in mind. The third step that we have is precipitation. Okay, the third step is precipitation. Okay, and the last and the fourth step is return to ocean. Okay, return to ocean, or we also call this step as return to ocean, or we also called it as collection. So now how to remember all these points, that too in a correct sequence? So for this हमारे पास एक trick है, ठीक है? We have a trick and that trick is called as ECPC. What are you going to say? You are going to say ECPC. What is the trick that we have? The trick that we have is ECPC. Now what is the meaning of ECPC? ECPC means, what is the meaning of ECPC? ECPC means evaporation, condensation, precipitation and collection. So this way, if you will just memorize ECPC, तो आपको क्या याद रहेगा? You will memorize the entire sequence of water cycle. Okay, ECPC. ECPR also you can do. Yes, where ECPR will mean evaporation, condensation, precipitation and return to ocean, or you can say ECPC. Both of them are correct. So this was a basic idea that we had about the water cycle. Okay, so now let us start with the questions associated with water cycle. Okay, so here comes the important part. Now we are going to start off with the questions. Okay, so first question is, the water in oceans cannot be used because. Why cannot we use the water of the oceans? Why cannot we use the water of ocean? Provide your answers for the question, everyone. Why cannot we use the water of the oceans? Yes, very simple. Option A is saying because it is salty. Option B says because it is harmful. Option C says because it is toxic, or option D says because it is acidic. So why we cannot use the water of ocean? We cannot use the water of ocean because it is salty. Okay, we cannot use the water of ocean because the water of ocean is what? Water of ocean is salty. And what do we call such a water? We call such a water as saline water. Okay, we call such a water as saline water, and we use an instrument or a scientific device that we have studied that is called as salinometer. What do we use? We use salinometer. Hello Akul. Okay, so what do we use? We use salinometer. Why do we use salinometer? Salinometer we use to measure salinity. ठीक है? We use salinometer in order to measure salinity. So right answer, everyone, we have for this question is option A. We cannot use the water of oceans because it is salty. So right answer is option A. We cannot use the water of oceans because it is salty. This you have to keep in mind. Next is question number 2. Question number 2 is, the place where underground water comes out of the surface is called rainwater, spring, sea level or glaciers. The place where the underground water comes on the surface of its earth on its own. What do we call this? What is precipitation? Try different games. Precipitation is a process by which the water from the clouds or atmosphere comes back to the ground. Precipitation, उसको हम कहते हैं. So generally precipitation can be in the form of rainfall or as well as snowfall, because water is coming from clouds towards the earth. That is precipitation. Okay. Next, everyone is answering C. Okay, different answers everyone is providing. Let's have a look. The place where underground water comes out of the surface on its own. What do we call it? We call that as spring. What do we call it? We call it as spring. So right answer is option B, spring. Okay, what is glacier? Glaciers are the huge mountains of ice that we have. Okay, so glacier are generally made up of ice. Okay, from glaciers only most of our rivers originate. Okay, then we have rainwater. Rainwater, the water comes that along with the rain. So right answer we will have is spring. Okay, hot springs we have the opening on the ground of underground water, due to which the underground water comes on the surface of earth. Yes, everyone answered B. B is the correct answer. Next is question C. Which of the following is largest source of water? Sea, ocean, pond or lake? Which of the following is largest source of water? Sea, ocean, pond or lake? Yes, Rayan. Yes, Akul, you can ask your doubt. For third, Aditya provided B. Okay, B is the correct answer. Easy questions are there. Trupti, good. Provide your answer. B. Okay. B. Correct. Now have a look. The right answer for this question is B. What is the question saying? Read the question carefully. Question is saying, what is the largest source of water? Question ने ये नहीं कहा which is the largest source of fresh water. Question ने हमसे कहा which is the largest source of water. तो largest source of water क्या होगा? Largest source of water क्या है? It is ocean. ठीक है? Question is not talking about fresh water or saline water. It is talking about just water. So ocean will be the right answer. One more important thing we forgot about was when we talk about water, chemical formula of water is H2O. What is the chemical formula of water? Chemical formula of water is H2O. This also you have to keep in mind. Okay, good. Next question, question number 4. What is potable water? Underground water, ocean water, river water or pond water? What do we mean by potable water? Question number 4. It is pretty much same. खान्स अंजलना some portions थोड़े differ करते हैं, but अगर आप एक के लिए prepare कर रहे हो तो आपकी काफ़ी ज़्यादा preparation जो है उस एग्जाम के लिए भी हो जाएगी. B. Good. So let us see who provided the answer first for the question. First is to Swati, second is Kyansh, third we have is Rashmi, fourth Sparsh, fifth Sudiksha, sixth Aditya, seventh Vaibhavi, eighth Jayesh, ninth Tejas, 10th is Kevin. Good. Potable water. Okay, what is potable water? Potable water is groundwater. ठीक है, groundwater of specific places. Generally we call it as potable water. Yes, Sakul. Again, I will explain the first slide. अभी हम questions discuss करते हैं. At the end, I will explain you the first slide again. Okay. So right answer we have is groundwater. Next question is, which is not a part of water cycle? Which is not a part of water cycle? Cloud formation, rain, drinking by animals or sun? So, in the steps of water cycle we already discussed. You can keep in mind it by using ECPC. Okay, you can keep it in mind using ECPC. Fifth, first answer is provided by Aditya. Sixth is provided by Jayesh. Hello Viren, provide your answers. Like Swati, then Kyansh, study with Dev, Shresht, Dikshitatri, Advait, Renu, Champa, Ansh. Very good. What is the right answer? The right answer for the question is, which is not a part of water cycle? Drinking by animals is not a part of water cycle. अगर आप देखोगे तो यहाँ पे water cycle has 4 steps. ECPC, evaporation, condensation, precipitation and collection. So cloud formation, after condensation also a part comes of cloud formation. Rain means precipitation. Okay, sun is what? You can see here, sun is the one that provides us the ultimate source of energy for the water cycle. जितने भी water cycle हो रही है उसके लिए energy कहाँ से आ रही है? The energy is coming from sun, which is not a part of water cycle. Drinking by animals is not a part of water cycle. Next is question number 6. Which of the following is purest form of water? River water, groundwater, rainwater, ocean water. Which is the purest form of water? Okay, this you have to provide, which is the purest form of water. Good everyone, go ahead, provide your answer, which is the purest form of water. Good, correct, everyone is providing the answer, very good, that is correct. Which is the purest form of water? If we will talk about the purest form of water, so right answer everyone we have for the question is rainwater. आप हमेशा याद रखोगे, rainwater is the purest form of water. Okay, ये question पूछा जा सकता है, purest form of water is rainwater. The process of conversion of water into vapors, the process of conversion of water into vapors, what do we call it? The process of conversion of water into vapor, do we call it transpiration, evaporation, condensation or none of these? तो आपको ध्यान देना है, liquid form से the water is getting converted into water vapors. Liquid form से water किसमें converted हो रहा है? From liquid forms the water is getting converted into water vapors. 7th B, correct. Everyone is providing correctly. Very good. Jayesh, Puneet, Shruti, Aradhya. Very good. It's getting difficult for me to read your comments. इतने quickly आप लोग answer provide कर रहे हो. So right answer is evaporation, the process of conversion of liquid water into water vapors. It is called as evaporation. ठीक है? Water के कितने forms हैं? 3 forms हैं. Liquid form of water is water itself. What is the liquid form of water? Liquid form of water is water itself. What is the gaseous form of water? Gaseous form of water हमने अभी discuss किया. It is the water vapor. And what is the solid form of water? The solid form of water that we have is ice. तो अगर क्वेश्चन आपको कहता है the process of conversion of water from its liquid state to gaseous state, so don't get confused. Even in that case, the answer will be evaporation only. Okay, even in that case, what will be our answer? The answer will be evaporation only. Question number 8. The process by which plants lose water is called translocation, transpiration, transportation or photosynthesis. The process by which plants lose water. What do we call that process? The process by which plants lose water. What do we call the process? Good, correctly, very good. C, good, transpiration. Okay, the process by which plants lose water, that process is called as transpiration. तो आपने कभी भी देखा होगा क्या होता है, like in summer seasons आप देखोगे और in every season, summer seasons में rate of transpiration is higher in all the seasons. जो आपके leaves होते हैं, from those leaves what happens, the water is transpired, it gets transpirated. Okay, so here also you can see the trees are there, the grasses are there, the plants are there. So loss of water from plants is called as transpiration. And what is photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is the process by which plants synthesize water. Okay, sorry, not water, process by which plants synthesize food. Okay, sorry, it was a slip of tongue. Process by which plants synthesize food. Okay, this process is called as photosynthesis. Photosynthesis के लिए भी essentially क्या needed है? Sunlight. Without sunlight, photosynthesis cannot take place. Okay. Yes, correct. Correctly said. Okay. And one more thing, as Jayesh is also saying, so we will discuss this. So process by which plants lose water is photosynthesis. Now one more question that might come from here is, in case of desert plants, ठीक है? In case of desert plants, what happens? Desert plants में leaves are modified as thorns. Okay, in case of desert plants, you will keep in mind, leaves are modified as thorns. So what helps them? That is in order to avoid loss of water. Okay, in order to avoid loss of water. This you have to keep in mind. Okay, क्योंकि डेजर्ट में तो ऑलरेडी वाटर बहुत कम है, सो लीव्स आर मॉडिफाइड एज थॉर्न्स इन ऑर्डर टू सेव द वाटर, इन ऑर्डर टू अवॉइड द लॉस ऑफ वाटर. ओके, नेक्स्ट इज क्वेश्चन नंबर 8. The amount of water recommended by UN for drinking, washing, cooking and maintaining proper hygiene is 50 liters per person per day, 60 liters per person per day, 70 liters per person per day, or is it 80 liters per person per day? What is the right answer? Provide your answers. Okay, I am coming in between the options. You first solve it, then I will enable the camera. B. Okay, different answers we are getting. So this is little confusing over here, I think. Okay, so according to the United Nations guidelines, they have recommended a certain amount, and that amount of water should be used, okay, for maintaining proper hygiene, for drinking purposes, for washing, clothing. So right answer for the question is ऐसे ही आप याद रखोगे 50 liters per person per day. Okay, 50 liters per person per day is the amount that is recommended by the United Nations. Okay. Okay. Next question is, what is the boiling point of water? The next question we have is, what is the boiling point of water? So provide your answers, everyone. 100 degrees Celsius, 99 degrees Celsius, 101 degrees Celsius, or 102 degrees Celsius. Let us see who provides the answer first. And make sure everyone, when you are joining and liking the session, or आपको लग रहा है that the session in any way is useful to you, so make sure you like the session, because that helps the channel grow, that helps us at Knowell know that these kind of sessions are useful for you. So we will be able to, okay, work more and more hard. So I request you all कि आप session को भी like करो if in any way you find the sessions useful. Okay, correctly answered everyone. What is the right answer? The right answer for the question is, what is the boiling point of water? 100 degrees Celsius. And if we discuss freezing point of water, what is the freezing point of water? The freezing point of water is 0 degrees Celsius. Water का freezing point कितना है? 0 degrees Celsius. And boiling point कितना है? 100 degrees Celsius. Next question is, the water which has escaped from the earth as vapor returned to the earth in the form of precipitation, evaporation, infiltration, or condensation. Okay, the water vapors that has escaped from the earth return back to the earth in the form of, in which form it returned back to the earth? Precipitation, evaporation, infiltration, or condensation. 10th, very quickly Keshav provided A. Good. Devan, Shami, Swati, very good. What is the right answer for the question? The right answer is option A. The water vapor which has escaped the earth as vapor and returned to earth. It returns to earth in the form of precipitation. So earth से atmosphere में water कैसे जा रहा है? In the form of water vapor. Process क्या है? Process evaporation है. Now जो water vapors atmosphere में गया था वो वापस कैसे earth पे आ रहा है? It is coming back on the surface of earth by the process of precipitation, and precipitation can take place in one of the two forms. Precipitation can be either in the form of rainfall. Precipitation can be either in the form of rainfall or it can be in the form of snowfall. So both of them. So water goes in the atmosphere through evaporation and returns back to earth with the help of precipitation. Next question is question number 12. What is a result of condensation of water vapor? What is the result of condensation of water vapors? Is it rain, snowfall, hail, or tiny water droplets? What is the result of condensation of water vapors? Okay, A everyone is answering. Rain. T, tiny water droplets. Okay. So have a look at this question very carefully. This question might be a little confusing. The question आपसे basically कह रहा है result of condensation. So rain is precipitation. Snowfall is also precipitation. Hail आपने देखा होगा solid form of precipitation. इतने बड़े बड़े ice भी नहीं कहते हैं हम. They are little different from the ice. Okay. In the next class I'll show you the pictures. So right answer will be tiny water droplets. Okay. What is the result of condensation of water? Tiny water droplets. आप कभी observe करना, like if you are making let us say you are preparing tea. Okay. And from the tea water vapors are rising up, okay, or if you are boiling water, the water vapor is rising up, and on that if you keep a plate and cold plate, if you keep, you will observe tiny water droplets. Those tiny water droplets arise due to the process of condensation. So right answer you have for the process is condensation. Next is question number 13. When we step out from an air conditioned car on a humid day, our spectacles become misty and we cannot see anything clearly. This happens due to the process of decantation, evaporation, precipitation or condensation. ओके, डिकैंटेशन, इवेपोरेशन. जब भी आप किसी एयर कंडीशन रूम से सडनली बाहर जाते हो, किसी कार से आप बाहर जाते हो, the spectacles they become very misty. Why that happens? Correctly answering everyone. No, they will not be misty due to evaporation. They will be misty due to condensation. Evaporation से misty क्यों होंगे? Evaporation से तो water vapors में convert हो रहा है. Okay, condensation takes place. Due to condensation they become misty. Next is 14th question. The process by which plants lose water. This we have discussed, so we will not be continuing our discussion with it. The answer is transpiration. Next question, question number 15. This also we have done, and yes, question number 16. Which of the following is most impure form of natural water? Which of the following is most impure? In place of impure it should be pure. Which of the following is most pure form of natural water? Pond water, lake water, groundwater or sea water? Okay, lake water, pond water, groundwater or sea water. Most pure form of natural water. तो अगर आप बात करें हो regarding most pure form of water, so keep in mind groundwater. From all the 4 options, most pure form of natural water is groundwater. Lake का water भी polluted होता है, pond water भी polluted होता है, but ground water most levels तक polluted नहीं होता है. So among all the 4 options it is pure. Next is, in how many states of matter does water exist? We already discussed. Quickly provide your answers everyone. In how many states does the water exist? तो हमने already इस question में ये discuss किया है, इस session में ये discuss किया है. In how many states water exists? Everyone is providing the answers. Very good. Quickly go ahead, provide your answers. Correctly. Very good. Correct. Everyone is providing correctly that water exists in 3 states. Okay. Solid, liquid, gaseous. Solid is ice, gaseous is vapors and liquid is water only. Question 18. Clothes dry in sunlight by the process of. This is again an important question. Or sometimes the question comes, clothes dry faster in which season? So, condensation, evaporation, drought or transpiration. Whenever the clothes dry in a sunlight, the process taking place is evaporation. तो clothes में हमारे जो water होता है, that water gets evaporated in the air. So the process taking place behind the drying of clothes is evaporation. Now evaporation को अगर आप देखोगे, so there are basically 2 things that affect evaporation. These 2 things are speed of wind. Okay. Speed of wind as well as sunlight. Okay, so in a brighter sun the clothes will dry faster. On a windy day the clothes will dry faster. So sometimes a question comes that in which of the following, okay, sometimes a question comes in which of the following season clothes will dry faster. So you will say in summer season clothes will dry faster. In which of the weather clothes will dry faster? In windy weather or in a very dry humid air, when a very dry airs are there, the dry winds are there, sunlight is strong, that is when the clothes will dry faster. So right answer will be for this question option B. Question number 19. Drought causes water scarcity, profitability, both A and B. So what exactly is drought? आप देखो drought exactly क्या होता है? Drought को हम हिंदी में कहते हैं सूखा. ठीक है. Whenever there is a scarcity of water, that leads to drought. Drought का reason ये होता है due to scarcity of water, drought is caused. Okay. So right answer we have is option B, that is scarcity. Next is question number 20. Evaporation of water is due to heat of. Why does evaporation of water takes place? Evaporation of water is due to heat of sun. हमने already discuss किया. Here we have sun. What is sun? The entire energy, the ultimate source of energy for the water cycle is provided by the sun. So right answer we have for the question is sun. Evaporation of water is due to the heat of sun. Question number 21. The percent of total drinking water available on earth. What is the percentage of total drinking water available on earth? Is it 0.3%, 15%, 25% or 45%? So quickly everyone, provide your answers. Percentage of total drinking water that is present on earth. Good, correctly. Everyone is providing the answers. Very good. A, okay. D, different answers are there. Drinking water. Look, we are not asking about the percentage of total water. We are asking about the percentage of drinking water. 0.3, correct. The total percentage of drinking water that is accessible to us, वो हमको accessible भी होना चाहिए, है ना? Only then that it will be on our use. 0.3%. Next is question number 22. Which of the following will lead to reduction in the availability of groundwater? Which of the following will lead to reduction in the availability of groundwater? Afforestation, rainwater harvesting, construction of dams and lakes, building concrete roads. Okay. So rainwater harvesting will lead to increase in groundwater. Afforestation will also lead to increase in groundwater. Construction of dams and lakes also lead to increase in groundwater. But by building the concrete roads, okay, by building the cemented concrete pavement roads, what happens? The water can no longer go into the earth. Okay, the water can no longer go into the earth, leading to what? Leading to reduction in the availability of water. So right answer is option D. Building concrete roads. Correct answer क्या होगा हमारे लिए? Option D. ठीक है, building concrete roads. Question number 23. आपको यही define करना है what is water cycle. So I think here is the time for me to turn my camera off, so that you will be able to read the options. The first option is the process of water passing out of the surface of the leaves of a plant, movement of water from atmosphere to the earth and then back to atmosphere, water falling from clouds in the form of rain, sleet, snow or hail, or all of the above. So basically what is water cycle? Water cycle आपको याद रखना है. Water cycle is movement of water from atmosphere to earth and then back to atmosphere. This is water cycle. Yes, correct everyone. These are the correct answers. The circular movement of water from earth to atmosphere, then back to earth and back to atmosphere. That is called as water cycle. What do we call it? इसको हम कहते हैं water cycle. So good everyone. Correctly answered. Next question after this we have is question number 24. Groundwater is a renewable resource, non-renewable resource, exhaustible resource or inexhaustible resource. What kind of resource is this? तो यहाँ पे आपके two options correct होंगे. अगर आप देखोगे, so groundwater is present in a limited amount. Okay, groundwater is present in a limited amount. So any resource that is present in a limited amount, हम कह रहे हैं ना, अगर आप ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा groundwater use करोगे, so there will be a day when the groundwater table will deplete. There are regions in India जहाँ पे groundwater table बहुत deplete हो गया है. We are unable to take out the groundwater anymore. Some regions of Maharashtra you can see, okay, groundwater table is very low. So limited, it is limited. Anything that is limited, that is non-renewable. Okay, so this you have to keep in mind. And last question we have for the day. Condensation process is the opposite of transpiration, freezing, evaporation or elimination. तो सबसे पहले in order to solve the question हमको ये समझना पड़ेगा what is condensation. So condensation is the process everyone by which gaseous water, okay, condensation is the process by which gaseous water is converted into liquid water. ठीक है, gaseous water किस में convert हो रहा है? It gets converted into liquid form. इसका अपोजिट क्या होगा? अपोजिट वुड बी लिक्विड वाटर कन्वर्ट हो रहा है गैशियस फॉर्म में. ठीक है, अपोजिट क्या होगा? लिक्विड वाटर कन्वर्टिंग इनटू गैशियस वाटर. सो इन विच प्रोसेस इज दैट हैपनिंग? This is happening in the process of evaporation. No, that the liquid water converting into gaseous water. So condensation is entirely a opposite process of evaporation. This you have to keep in mind. Okay? Yes. So this we have discussed 25 very important questions of your water cycle. ठीक है? So with this everyone, now we will be summing up our today's session. Okay, and any one of you, if you have any doubts, make sure you are sending them on the WhatsApp, you're sending on them on the Knowell app. आप comments में mention कीजिए, ठीक है? कहीं पे भी किसी को doubt है, आप इस वीडियो के comment section में mention कीजिए and we will discuss those doubts. Okay, so first slide में किसको doubt है? Akul is having a doubt in the first slide. So there we have Akul. The first slide is this one. The first slide was the water in oceans cannot be used because we cannot use the water of oceans because it is salty, Akul. Okay, it is the salty and saltiest water. Saltiest water कहाँ पे है? किस ocean में है? The saltiest water is of Dead Sea. Okay, saltiest water is of Dead Sea. So this you have to keep in mind. Okay, so now with this everyone, we will be summing up with today's session and we will meet again tomorrow at 9:30 AM in our intelligence class. We will be discussing certain intelligence question. Doubts आप लोग बहुत अच्छे से इस चैप्टर को स्टडी कीजिएगा, अपने डाउट्स को कमेंट्स में मेंशन कीजिएगा and I will be solving them. Okay, so with this everyone, we will be summing up our today's class and before ending, one thing to always keep in mind, target 300 is our goal. आपको 300 स्कोर करना ही है. एटलीस्ट 8 days यू हैव राइट नाउ इन योर हैंड, 8 to 9 days. ओके, उतना टाइम आप बिल्कुल डेडिकेट कीजिए. अगर अभी आपकी प्रिपरेशन इतनी है कि आप 260 स्कोर कर रहे हो, 265 स्कोर कर रहे हो, सो इम्प्रूव दैट. यू कैन डू दैट. 260 से 300 तक जाना, आई नो डिफिकल्ट टास्क है, बट इतना भी डिफिकल्ट नहीं है कि आप नहीं कर सकते हो. आप कर सकते हो. यू कैन डू इट. ओके, सो टेक श्योर यू आर टारगेटिंग टू टारगेट 300. सो विद दिस एवरीवन, वी विल बी समिंग अप आवर टुडेज सेशन. बिफोर एंडिंग, वंस अगेन अ हम्बल रिक्वेस्ट, अगर आप पहली बार चैनल से कनेक्टेड हो रहे हो, सो मेक श्योर यू आर सब्सक्राइब द चैनल. आपने बेल नोटिफिकेशन को ऑन किया है. एंड इफ यू फाइंड द वीडियोज टू बी यूजफुल, इफ यू फाइंड द सेशंस टू बी यूजफुल, सो मेक श्योर यू आर लाइकिंग देम एज वेल बिकॉज दैट हेल्प्स अस. ओके, so bye everyone, good night, all the very best for your examinations. Bye bye everyone.